and welcome to Wafu TV. We promised that we're going to bring something exciting today. We'll be looking at mixed problems. In the course of our lesson, we are going to understand exactly what we mean by mixed problems. But before we go into solving some of the examples, I want us to start by stating the objectives. What objectives do we want to attain at the end of the lesson today? First of all, we want to be able to state or write the meaning of Bodmas. And the second one is simply to solve problems involving mixed rule. If we are able to do this by the end of the lesson, we must have learned something great this day. As I mentioned before, the objectives are to write Bodmas in full and to solve problems involving mixed rule. We go straight into what we have for you today. To solve problems in mathematics, of course, involving whole numbers, there is a simple way of doing it. And this simple way is first of all to understand the rule of Bodmas as used in mathematics. We'll start by stating Bodmas and writing it in full, what each letter stands for. And if we understand this, we are going to apply in solving our problems that we have today. So what is Bodmas? As you can see on the board, Bodmas is a formula, a rule that assists or enables us to be able to solve mathematical problems which have many rules. What do we mean by this? If you have a problem to solve which has addition, subtraction, multiplication, division all together, you have an order in which you have to solve these problems. So the rule of Bodmas helps us to solve these problems without any issue. As written on the board, B stands for bracket. That is where you are supposed to start from. The next that follows is O, which is off. And the next in that order is division. And after division, multiplication. After multiplication, addition. And the last on the list is subtraction. Take note, it doesn't necessarily mean that all this must be present in a problem for you to solve. But sometimes you find 1, 2, 3, or 4 of these rules, and so you have to follow this order. You may find bracket, and after bracket you find subtraction. Just solve what you find in the problem following this order. Off also means multiplication, but if you find multiplication without seeing off, you solve it as multiplication. Without waste of time and for better understanding, we're going to look at example, of course, so that we can see practically what we are supposed to do. Solve 820 plus 1180 in bracket times 5 divided by 4 minus 1812. We are going to apply the rule of Bodmas and solve this problem. Now there is a simple technique that you have to apply here so that you don't get confused. If you are starting with bracket, make sure you don't change the position of the bracket, because in some other instances you may find the bracket coming at the end. It doesn't mean that as you have started from the end or with the last rule, which may have bracket, you bring your answer to the left. No, you maintain the rule and the numbers where they are supposed to be. Okay, let's start with bracket here. We're going to restate it. 820 plus 1180 in bracket times 5 divided by 4 minus 1812. If you add 820 plus 1180, our answer is 2000, and we maintain the rest in the same order. Times 5 divided by 4 minus 1812. This is equal to, what's the next rule that follows here? With the rule of Bodmas, we finish with brackets. There is no off. We have division. So the next will be division. And here is where we have division. So it will be 2000 times 5 divided by 4. It will give us a fraction. And this fraction will be 1 and 5 divided by 4 will give 1 and 1/4. If you write 1 and 1/4, you are still going to come back to 5 all over 4. For that reason, we are going to maintain this as a fraction for easy solving. So we'll write 5 divided by 4 as 5 all over 4. And we maintain this subtraction, 1812. This is the same as 2000 times 5 all over 4. To solve this, we can change this to a fraction, put it all over 1, so that we simplify. We start with the least for easy understanding. 2 will divide 4 2 times, and 2 will divide 2000 1000 times. 2 divides itself once, and 2 will divide 1500 times. Minus 1812. What's the answer we have today left? 500 times 5 will give 2500 minus 1812. So our answer will be 688. Always make sure you maintain the position of the numbers so that you don't mix it up, because you started with this, you change it to the right or to the left, it will give you a wrong answer. We're going to look at another example, and of course, similar to this. This is example 2. Follow this closely so that if you did not pick it up in the first example, you can understand exactly what to do as far as BODMAS or problems involving mixed rule is concerned. Looking at this problem, we see clearly our bracket here. We are going to start from the bracket. Like I said, I mentioned before, do not mix it up. Because you started with this, it comes to the left. You should maintain it where it is. This is equal to 42 times 15 minus 16 times 5 in bracket divided by 4. This is the same as 42 times 15 minus, now we solve the bracket. 16 times 5 is going to give 80 divided by 4. The next rule after bracket, as we have here, is off, but we don't have off. The next is division. We have division here. So we restate 42 times 15 minus 80 divided by 4 is going to give us 20. And the next between multiplication and subtraction, which one comes first, is multiplication. So we're going to multiply 42 times 15, 630 minus 20. And 630 minus 20 will give us 610. Thank you for your kind attention. This is what we had for you today as far as mixed problems are concerned and BODMAS. If you enjoyed the lesson, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and always comment so that we can improve on the service. Next time, we are going to be looking at the number line. This will be an exciting lesson. Don't miss it. Ciao.